So you finished law school, you've taken the bar, and you just found out you passed the bar. Now you're a new attorney. What do you do? So the first thing you're going to need to do when you pass the bar, at least in the state of Texas, is you're going to need to sign your oath. That's basically saying that you're going to uphold the law. The next thing you're going to have to do is to pay your dues to your state. Make sure you get your bar card. Those are all kind of minimal things, but very important. But if you're going to the courthouse, you're working in-house counsel, you're doing all of these other things, how do you balance your time? How do you figure out what you're supposed to be doing? Being a new attorney is kind of stressful and is a very new territory. My favorite piece of advice is to find 1 or 2 or maybe 3 attorneys that you are really close with, that you trust a lot. Make them your mentors. Ask them if they will be your mentor. Take cues from them. Ask them questions. The more questions you ask, the more you'll learn and the more you'll know. Even if it seems like a dumb question, it might be something that they didn't even think to explain to you. Being a new attorney is also pretty difficult in terms of how do I dress? What's business professional? Especially after these COVID times, everything's a little bit weird. We're half Zoom, half not Zoom. No more Zoom, all Zoom. It just depends on where you're at in the United States. My go-to is to always keep an extra pair of flats with me and my heels. Make sure they're not scuffed up. They're clean, tidy, well-kept, always closed-toed shoes for trial. Those are kind of my 3 shoe tips. For girls, longer dresses, longer skirts are better when you're going into court and you're going to trial. It just makes you appear a little bit older and a little bit more professional. Otherwise, I like just a nice pair of high-waisted pants and a button down. There's tons of different places, and honestly, half of my closet is thrifted, so there's plenty of options. Just make sure it's clean, tailored, and you've ironed it. Another thing that has helped me a lot since being a new attorney is keeping a notebook full of all of the questions that I've asked, or all of the comments that were made to me, or tips and tricks. Probably in my first week of working as a full-time attorney, one of the attorneys that I consider a mentor told me, hey, in this case, you always need to file this motion, and in this case, you always need to file this motion. So now I will forever have that note that in certain cases, I need to file certain motions. I've never had to be told again, and the attorneys recognize that. Be open, take whatever shots you can, and there's gonna be hiccups and mess ups along the way. Just acknowledge them, learn from them, and keep moving forward. You're gonna be great. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments or questions, you can leave them for us down below, or you can find us online at varghesestexas.com.